What do you think about coming in third, Carmela? You know, the bronze medal.
Doesn't settle so well.
Well,
Got a little, streak of competitiveness in me.
you do. But I say there's no shame in being third.
Oh, good.
And there's no shame in being the third grape of Rioja, which is exactly what we're going to talk about today.
Womp womp.
It's the red wine and grape known as Graciano.
Oh.
Hello, fellow glassmates, and welcome to the Wine Pair Podcast. I'm Joe, your sommelier of reasonably priced wine, and this is my wife and my wine pairing partner in crime, Carmela.
Hi there.
And we are the Wine Pair.
I like that.
Yeah.
Classmates. It's good for two teachers or two,
Ex-teachers.
used to be teachers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, if you're new to our podcast, here's what you can expect. If you love wine and want to find great wines at affordable prices, and you want to expand your wine horizons, and you want to have some laughs and fun while doing it, then you are in the right place. Each week, we explore a different wine varietal, style, brand, or region of the winemaking world, and we learn about what makes them worth knowing about. And then what we do is we taste 2 to 3 of those wines that are reasonably priced to let you know if they're worth your hard-earned money.
Woo!
So if that feels like your vibe, then we are super happy that you are here with our tribe.
Nice.
And we're proud to say that Decanter Magazine calls us fun, irreverent,
Chatty.
and entertaining. I like that you like Glassmates.
I think it's cute. People just keep coming up with great names.
They do, but we don't have an interview with a listener this week.
Ah, did you make that one up?
No, it is from a listener.
Oh.
But part of that is because we are just kind of a little bit off schedule. We're just kind of off schedule. We've been traveling and doing all sorts of things. And so we just didn't have time to get to it. But we do have a source for the name for the tribe this week. And it comes from longtime listener and friend of the podcast, Janine, who gave us
Nice.
Glassmates.
Oh,
It's a
thanks,
cute one.
Janine. No,
Yeah.
it's a great one. It's a great one.
It is. It's good.
Right away, Glassmates just was like,
It made sense.
resonates.
Now, remember, if you have a clever or funny or silly or brilliant name for our tribe, send us a note via DM or email me at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com, and we'll ask you if you want to be interviewed to share your name with the whole world. And we'll even let you plug something if you want to. And we really do love doing these interviews because we get the chance to spend some quality time with you. And we do have some coming up, but we can always use more.
Right.
Okay, Carmela, this week we are exploring a wine that is totally new for you and me called Graciano. And yes, that is the correct way to pronounce the wine. It's Spanish.
Believe me, he's been practicing all week.
So get used to it, because if it's bugging you now, it's going to bug you a lot in about 20 minutes.
And if you live with the guy,
Oof.
you're really already very bugged.
Carmela, it's Graciano.
Oh my, truly, that's what I've been hearing all week.
Now,
Good job, Joe.
Thanks. I also assume it's new for many of you out there in listening land, but Graciano is a Spanish red wine that comes from the grape of the same name that is most famously from the Spanish wine region of Rioja. But it ain't Tempranillo, which is the most famous red wine grape from Rioja. Graciano is known, as we said in the intro, as Rioja's third grape, and it is traditionally used as a blending grape and is considered by many to make a pretty bold wine when it's produced as a single varietal. So we are here to uncover, to unmask, to undress what this wine is all about, and to see if it's a new red wine that you should seek out. But before we get to that, Carmela, we need to get to our important award-winning podcast segment, Wine in the News This Week. Okay, I made up the whole award winning.
I was going to say, wait, you didn't tell me about the award winning. Was that a big
not for the segment.
hoax?
Yeah, it was a hoax. It was a hoax. It's a hoax. So let's not talk about hoaxes. But we would like to know from all of you if you like this segment. We think it's fun, but we want to hear feedback.
Right.
We like feedback.
Right. If you're like, if you fast forward that piece,
let us know.
Let us know.
Exactly.
Huh.
So the inspiration for this week's news segment comes to us all the way from Australia in a news article from author Eleanor Wickland entitled Aussie, that means Australia. Aussie fights back against fakes ripping $70 billion from the wine industry.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we have links to that article and several others in our show notes, which you can find by going to our website and looking for this episode.
Have show notes.
I know, but I'm telling the people and listening.
I know,
land.
but you usually ask me too.
But did you know that we...
Oh.
So here's the story, Carmela. Evidently, the Australian wine industry is dealing with a serious and growing problem of counterfeit wine.
My God, but I don't even understand that.
Well, it's just people fake it, like
They
Rudy.
fake the wine.
They fake like Rudy, Remember
Okay.
Rudy?
I know, but it's just like, how does that happen?
A guy, it's usually a guy, goes and he gets some
True.
cheap wines and he
True.
mixes them together and he fakes a label.
Oh.
But that's not really the point here.
Okay.
It's kind of the point, but it's not really the point. Okay, articles I was able to find on the interweb say that fake wine may account for up to 20% of the global wine market. What? I know, and could be costing winemakers as much as $70 billion a year.
And us.
Exactly. So it's bigger than, and yes, exactly. So it's bigger than Rudy. It's not just Rudy.
Wow.
You know, that guy who made fake Burgundy in his like mom's
And there's a whole
kitchen.
Documentary about it. Now he's famous for his terrible deed.
I'd kind of like to meet him, quite honestly. But anyway, so to manage it in Australia, Perth, that's a city in Australia. Okay, sorry. The Perth startup called Cellar, C-E-L-L-R, they forgot the A, I guess, began working with Australian wine producers and the government to tackle this problem by making the bottle itself harder to fake. So their solution is a smart bottle cap that is embedded with a tiny NFC and RFID chip, which means they're basically creating a digital fingerprint. It's like chipping your dog or cat.
Oh.
But you're chipping your wine bottle.
I don't know. They're not going to run away.
No, it's true. Now, when a winery seals a bottle, the cap is assigned a unique digital ID. So if someone later scans the bottle, that ID gets checked against a secure database to confirm whether the bottle is genuine and where it came from. And they can even, like distributors and importers can even scan whole pallets to make sure the wine that's coming in or the wine that's going out is coming from or going to where it's supposed to go.
It's really funny the energy we put into certain things.
I know, just to figure out fakes.
Right.
I know. But we're not fake.
No, we're real. We're not AI.
We're not AI.
We're not Fojo.
We're not formula. Okay, anyway. But this technology, Carmela, does bring some controversy with it. The first is cost. NFC and RFID tags, they add cost to the wine closure. So the winemakers, they got to bear that cost. Us as wine consumers, we may have to bear that cost. And it's not just the chips. It's like you have to have software and you have to have systems integrations. You have to have data and you have to have all the other stuff that goes along with it.
That's what I mean. The energy, the time, the money we put into this. If people were just honest.
Be honest, people. Be honest.
I mean, really.
If there's one lesson from this podcast, it's honesty.
Wow.
We seek honesty.
We preach
want you-
honesty, people.
We preach it. Okay. And then there's privacy and data concerns. So RFID tags can be scanned sometimes from a distance. And so there can be concerns about who can read the data and what they're doing with it. So for instance, I don't want people to know that I bought some wine, they know how much I spent and all that crap. I don't want somebody scanning my wine. Don't you scan my wine.
Scan off.
Get your scan off me. And then, of course, part of the problem too is you kind of start an arms race. So you start doing this and then the counterfeiters figure out how to fake that. And then so it's like, it's a never ending story, right?
Yeah.
But Carmela, I'm curious to hear what you think. First, does this story make you worry that counterfeit wine may be a bigger problem than we think?
You know,
You're just not that worried.
I'm just not, I'm just not putting my energy and
You're
my
not.
thought into it. I never really think about it that hard. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are putting their energy, so I'll just let them.
Let them.
Let
them.
them.
Exactly. Okay. Do you worry about tracking technology from a privacy or cost
Well,
perspective?
sure. I don't know what people would do with my information.
Your daughter tracks you.
True. She's the only one, and I don't even get to track her.
No, she
so
tracked
what does
Carmela.
that? Yeah, so I guess I am being tracked.
And she would call her mom. Where are you?
Why aren't you on the way to pick me up?
Exactly.
Why are you still at home?
She loved to turn the tables.
Yeah.
That little.
So
Anyway.
I'm not. I'm just. It's not just at the top of the list
It's
of
not
the
that-
worry. It's not in my worry zone. It's not really making it. Are you worried about it, honey?
Not really.
Yeah.
It's not that.
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Carmela, here's the real story.
Okay.
We are not here to talk about technology in our wine bottles or trying
We're
to
tracking
outsmart
you, people.
Or we do track you. Or trying to outsmart counterfeit winemakers know. We are here to talk about the Spanish wine Graciano. And we have 2 Graciano wines all the way from España to taste and review to see if they're worth your hard-earned money. But first,
you got to do our shameless plug.
Correct. So thank you for listening to us and supporting our show. And remember, we buy remember we talked about honesty. We buy all of our own wines so that we can give you real and honest reviews. We do all the writing and recording and editing and all that stuff to bring you a show every week because we love you. And all we ask from you in return is that you please follow or subscribe to our podcast and also leave us a nice rating and review, 5 stars, to help us grow our listeners. And we really want to thank all of you who have taken the time to do that. It means a lot to us. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Wine Pair Podcast and on Blue Sky. You can contact us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. You can sign up for our email newsletter there. And you can also visit our shop wine section where you can find links to buy the wines that we rate as buys in each episode. And then we want to make content that you care about and you like. So send us a note or DM us and give us some feedback or let us know if there's wines you want us to try or winemaking areas of the world that you're curious about, and we'll take care of it. Again, Joe at thewinepairpodcast.com. And I will personally respond to you. I always do.
Right. I mean, if your phone rings and it says Joe at the Wine Pair Podcast.
If it says spam, pick it up. It might be me.
It could be.
It will never be me.
It won't be.
And it's been a little, since, we've been doing all this traveling and whatever, it's been a little while since we've recorded. So a few extra shout outs this week. First, East Idaho Foodies, who let us know they listened to a podcast where they interviewed Raj Parr, who we love. And they love the Sandy Chardonnays. And we recently got some Sandy Pinot. So we were kind of talking about that. Oregon Mobile Aesthetics, who's going to share their wine with us that they're making when it's ready. My cousin Frank. Exactly. Okay.
Cool.
Also, shout out to Justice and Wine Rocks on Instagram, who left us some really nice comments. A shout out to Ted G, who sent us a really nice long note about our Barolo episode and shared some recent Costco wines he's picked up. And he has a potentially funny name for the tribe, so we'll get him on in the not too distant future. Timmy and Hassini and Tips to Live By and several others were giving you a shout out. They like the idea of us doing a Wine Pair Podcast tribe wine tasting over Zoom.
Nice.
That idea came from listener Ryan. So if you want to join us, send me a note at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com and we're going to get that put together. We'll tell you what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, all that stuff once I figure it out. Okay, Adrian reached out to share a show called The Wine Show on Amazon Prime that she's hooked on, so we need to check that out.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. We always need we finished Stick, so now we need a new show to watch.
Right.
And then Frank Racciopi of Earworthy just featured our podcast this week and said the nicest things, like a really nice article.
Wow.
So please look for his website. It's called Earworthy, and sign up. And if you sign up there, you can there's an email with great recommendations on podcasts. And we're going to see if we can get him on the show as well. And if you go to our show notes, we have a link to the article and his website. But as we do every week, we'll tell you someone we think you should recommend the Wine Pair podcast to, because you know what? That's the best way for us to grow listeners, when you tell your family and friends about us. And again, Thanksgiving is coming up, so what else should you be talking about other than...
True. When you're having your Thanksgiving thankful, shout-outs, you should maybe say something about the Wine Pair Podcast.
It would make us happy.
Right.
And we'd be thankful for you.
True. And then we will thank all of our listeners around our Thanksgiving.
That's what we're going to do. We like to thank our listeners. We're going to do that at our family one.
Okay.
And your family will appreciate that. And this week we want you to recommend us to anyone who's looking for a new bold red wine and maybe also has a thing for Spain or Spanish wines or Spanish people. I don't know.
Maybe,
baby. Okay, Carmela, it's time for us to find out just what the Graciano is.
Okay, let's do it.
Now, as we mentioned earlier, Graciano is a red wine grape from the Rioja region of Spain, and is considered to be native to this part of Spain. It's also made in the Navarra area of Spain, which neighbors Rioja, so they're like friendly neighbors. And as we also mentioned earlier, it has also traditionally been used primarily as a blending grape and was in the past rarely made into a wine of its own. And in the last century, Graciano faced the danger of disappearing and was nearly extinct in Spain. Like the Mastodon, it just almost went away.
Wow.
Mastodon's a good band too, in part because it is a low-yielding grape variety that buds late and ripens very late, and it kind of made it unpopular among winemakers and vineyard managers because they want to get as much as they can out of each acre of land, and this grape is not super friendly about that. It doesn't make a lot of grapes. In recent years, Graciano, I almost said Graciano, but it's Graciano. It's been making a comeback as winemakers are recognizing its potential as a single varietal wine. And its revival has been helped by improved vineyard manager and Carmela, a warming climate.
Ooh, it's one of those wines.
Yeah, so it's like winemakers are
happy about all the warming climate.
Exactly. It's like laying back in its pool chair and saying, grape me up. Okay, this grape is known by many different names depending on the region it's from. It's not just Graciano. In Portugal, it's known as Tinta Miúda. In France, it's known as Moristel, not to be confused with Monastrell, but that did actually confuse some people in California. In Italy, mostly in Sardinia, it's called Cagnolari or Bovale Sardo. In Andalusia, Spain, it's known as Tintilla de Rota. And in California, it's sometimes known as Xeres with an X, Xeres. So there you go, right?
Wow.
So there you go, lots of names. But we know it as Graciano.
We do now.
Yeah. And Graciano was known as a fantastic grape variety for rounding out blends and adding grace. Get it? Graciano, grace.
Nice.
Adding grace and structure to mixtures, especially in Rioja. And it's known for producing deeply colored, very aromatic wines. Sometimes they're called perfumed. They're so aromatic.
Wow.
And its key characteristics are high acidity and strong tannins. And because of these strong tannins and high acidity, Graciano is said to be able to age for a while.
Okay.
Remember, we talked about this with Barolo, kind of the same thing. A Graciano should be aged probably for 10 to 15 years. We didn't do that today, but I did open up these bottles really early.
Okay.
As producers have moved to making single varietal wines from this grape, some are getting some good ratings internationally, but it's still considered to be a pretty minor grape in the wine world. Most Graciano is produced in Spain, but even in Rioja, where it's originally from, it only makes up about 2% of the acreage. So it's just a baby.
It's just a little tiny baby patch.
That's right. And outside of Spain, as you can tell from some of the names, it's being made in places like Argentina and California, particularly in Paso Robles, which we were just down there, as well as Arizona, Texas, Oregon, Washington, Portugal, France, and Sardinia. Now, Graciano, as we mentioned, is a late ripening grape, and in fact, it's often the latest grape to mature in a vineyard. So everybody's just waiting around.
Boy.
They're like, Graciano, let's
late
go.
Late bloomer, and it needs hot temperatures. Yeah. Kind of a high maintenance grape.
Kind of high main. And as we were saying, as the world keeps getting warmer, because it's getting warmer, and it's not a hoax. We're talking about hoaxes. Wine regions are going to need to adjust to the changing climate, and so it may be.
But this grape probably won't.
No, well, it's going to be a grape that maybe.
I mean, it will. Yes,
it will do great.
I'm just saying, because if let's just say the tables turn, it won't be able to adjust.
No, it won't adjust.
No,
let's just hope there's not a big freeze.
Right.
Because then if we get another ice age.
This one sounds like it just wants a certain,
Yeah.
Something.
It's fussy. It's a fussy grape.
I think it's fussy.
Yes. Now, because it's kind of like me, because it has such strong tannins.
But you don't like the heat.
I don't. I am fussy about the heat. Right. I'm sweating right now. I'm in the basement. It's winter.
Well, you do have a big sweatshirt on.
It's not a big. Why did you have to say big? What's big about it?
Thick.
It's thick now. God, this is what I have to deal with.
It's heavy.
Oh, heavy. Anything else? God.
I don't know.
No, stop while you're behind. Okay.
Right.
Now, it is very common to age this wine in oak to soften it up for a bit, often between 12 and 20 months. And ironically, Graciano is so sensitive that sometimes the winemakers have to be careful with it.
It's sensitive too.
It's sensitive.
Are you Graciano?
I might be Graciano. And like Graciano, I can be prone to oxidizing.
Oh, true.
That's
like that was like the icing on the cake.
Yes, oxidation.
Now I know you are that grape.
You know what I could probably use? Like Graciano,
what?
I could probably use a little malolactic fermentation.
Oh, wow.
Because they use mallow on Graciano because it's got such high acidity to mellow out its acidity a bit. Maybe you need to invest in some human malolactic fermentation.
Where can I find that? If anybody knows where I can find that, please DM me.
Yeah, DM Carmela. It They do recommend that because it's such a big, lots of tannins and stuff, that you should open it up for 30 to 60 minutes and maybe decant it. So again, we did open it. It's been open for, at this point, it's been open for nearly an hour. So we'll see if we can tell that. Okay, now to get a sense of what it's like, we can do some compare and contrast to more familiar wines. So Graciano is among the bold and aromatic and high acid reds. So a common comparison is Petit Verdot. If you like Petit Verdot, you might like this wine. Petit Verdot is darker and some would say more muscular compared to Graciano, which is a little bit more perfumey. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but if that's a wine that turns your crank, go for it. Some have also compared it to, she's given me a weird look, turns your crank,
I know.
Turn on a car.
I know.
Don't be dirty about it.
I haven't said a word.
Okay. Anyway, also Graciano overlaps stylistically a bit with Syrah, some say, because of its aromas and spiciness, and some say savoriness. I will say when I smelled the wine, one of the wines I was like, it smells a little meaty. So we're going to see. Okay. It also gets compared to Mourvedre for its intensity, though Mourvedre tends to be, again, a little bit heavier, while Graciano is a little more perfumey and it's called fresher sometimes. And some say you can put Graciano in the same conversation as Cabernet Franc because it has high acidity and firm tannins. But Cabernet Franc tends to be a little more herbal or green in Graciano. Mm-hmm. So again, if you like Petit Verdot, Syrah, Mourvedre, or Cabernet Franc, you may also like Graciano. When we taste it, we'll let you know if we think it has any of those characteristics. But Carmela, I think that's enough information. I think we need to learn about the wines that we're drinking today. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Oh boy, she just put her head in her hand. Okay. As usual, the wines we have chosen for this episode are under $25, and they should be relatively easy to find because I bought them both at wine.com. Now, overall, Graciano is not going to be the easiest wine to find as a single varietal. Again, it's blended very often, so you'll find it in your Rioja blends. But if you go to a wine shop with a good European or Spanish wine selection, you should be able to find it, and maybe look for it from like Paso Robles in California, where it's called Xeres, or from Australia. And again, as always, go to your local wine merchant. They'll be happy to help you find this wine. The first wine we're going to drink today is the 2021 Viña Zorzal Graciano, which is from Navarra, Spain, which again borders on Rioja. This area, Navarra, is a semi-autonomous area that also borders Basque Country. There's a lot of semi-autonomous areas in Spain. And in the region of Navarra is the famous city of Pamplona.
Oh, nice.
Run the bulls.
Oh, my goodness.
Would you run the bulls?
I don't know. Not maybe now. I may have before.
You would actually do it?
I don't know. Didn't my brother?
Probably. He's done a lot of weird things.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
I would never do that.
I don't know.
Never.
I would be gored. Either,
I would be
right?
gored immediately.
I mean, I can't outrun a bull.
No. And you can outrun me, so
I don't know.
I'd be the first one. I'm telling you, I'd be gored immediately.
And you're kind of a bull.
God. No. Heavy sweatshirt.
No.
Okay. Now, I was able to find a text sheet for this wine, and this may be one of the Graciano wines that you can actually find. The winery says that their vineyards are located in higher altitude hills, and the region has a continental climate and stony soil. Continental is, hot summers, cold winters. So it's kind of like what Eastern Washington, not Western Washington where Seattle is, but Eastern Washington State is like. Right. They also say they use organic production techniques. I don't know what organic production technique. They didn't say they're organic.
That's interesting. Yeah. Organic techniques.
Yeah. Like, this is kind of what you would do if you were using organic material.
The way that they were actually like moving their hands was organic.
I guess. Maybe that's it. Maybe they just make the wine in an organic fashion. I don't know.
That's what I don't understand.
Now, they also noted that the harvest of this year, the 2021 year, was particularly tricky because it was nearly perfect until the very end when they faced torrential rains. So they had to very carefully select their grapes and toss the bad ones away, which I'm happy to hear. They hand harvest, they use light maceration, they ferment the wine in large stainless steel vats, and they use soft pump overs, Carmela.
Oh, soft.
So they pump, but it's soft.
Because it's this type of grape.
It's a Sensi grape.
The fussy grape gets a soft pump over.
Yeah.
Okay.
People, if your partner is soft, is sensitive, soft pump overs. Okay,
Wow.
They used malolactic fermentation, and they put 25% of the wine in new French tight grain oak barrels, and then the remainder in steel. They aged the wine for 9 months on its lees in these oak barrels, and then they say they gently clarified and lightly filtered the wine. So they're using what some may call a kind of low intervention. Anyway, and they also say they use spontaneous fermentation. We should also point out that Viña Zorzal is a family-run winery and has been for a couple of generations. The wine also got a 91 from Robert Parker, and if you know us, you know that we're not super crazy about Robert Parker.
We're not super close to him.
No, and he likes those big oaky wines, so we'll see. Anyway, the second wine we're going to drink is the 2022 Viña Ijalba Graciano, and this winery is in Rioja. It's specifically in the Alta Rioja subregion. I was also able to find a tech sheet for this wine, but it didn't give a ton of information. Here's what they said. During the destemming process, the grapes are crushed and the must with the grapes are fermented in French oak vats at 28 degrees Celsius. Malolactic fermentation occurs in classic 225-liter French oak barrels. So those are big. And the wine evolves for 10 months in these barrels before bottling. The winery is also family-owned. The vines were first planted by Dioniso Ruiz Ijalba in 1975, but the winery was actually not founded until 1991. And they, Carmela, they claim that they are one of the first Rioja wineries to commit to fully organic and sustainable viticulture. So unlike
organic techniques?
No, actual organic. Okay. And they are recognized for being forward-thinking in their ecological approach. They also say they use minimal intervention, and they are focused on reviving native Rioja grapes like Graciano, Maturana, and Tempranillo Blanco. But Carmela, that's enough information. We need to get to drinking. So if you have a Graciano or any Spanish wine, or just frankly any wine, you know what? Just drink along with us, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and we're ready to try our first wine. This is the Viña Zorzal Graciano. It's from Navarra, Spain, a 2021 vintage. It was $18.99 at wine.com, so not a bad price. 13.3% alcohol, 100% Graciano, and Robert Parker gave it a 91, and Vivino gave it 3.6, which is a little bit on the low end. But in terms of color, what would you say?
It's purpley.
It's purple or like a deep red.
Yeah,
like
it's very pretty.
Yeah, like a cherry red. No, I shouldn't say. It's like a black cherry red.
Yeah, it's dark cherry.
Yeah, dark cherry.
Yeah, pretty.
Okay, what do you smell?
I'm getting dark fruit for sure. I'm kind of getting a dark cherry.
I agree. You know what's funny? When I first opened the bottle, I took a smell, and the first thing that came to mind, it was rubber tire.
Oh.
But I think because it's been open for a while, it has mellowed out.
Yeah, I feel like I'm getting some good fruit on it. Some good fruit, and
spice too. I'm getting like black pepper or some kind of spiciness, almost like a cayenne spiciness too.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's definitely like a hot, not alcohol-y, but like spicy. I would even say there's some really rich like baking spices too.
Okay.
You know, like an allspice or nutmeg, something definitely with a little extra spice to it.
I think you're right. And I agree. It's dark fruit. It's black cherry. It's plummy. I think it's kind of plummy smelling.
Yeah.
But it's pleasant. It's got some good complexity on it. It's nice. It's nice smelling wine. It feels strong.
The rubber tire is, if that's what you smelled, I am not getting that now. I mean, I believe you. Because
I'm telling you, there is a little bit on the back end of this. There's like a little bit of tar or something on it.
Okay, well, tar would actually make sense, though.
Yeah, a little bit of ash.
Are you getting perfume on it at all?
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, a little. I mean, they talk so much about it, but I'm not. I'm getting just like a hint of it.
It's strong smell, like
kind of a rose, like something, But I don't know. Okay, what were you saying? I'm sorry.
It's aromatic too. Like it's got a strong. It's nice.
Lots going on.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's taste it and see what we think.
Okay. Wow. It's a little thin for how fragrant it was.
Yeah, it's different tasting than I thought it would be. It's actually, they do talk. It's very acidy. It's very acidy.
It is.
It's
a little thin to me, though, I think.
I was expecting a little bit more body.
Yeah.
But it does have like a really nice cherry taste to it.
Almost like a underripe cherry, though.
Yeah.
Like
tart.
A crunchy,
it is kind
crunchy tart cherry.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And it's funny, they talked about freshness. It doesn't taste like it spends a lot of time in oak, but it doesn't taste super oaky. It does taste very fruity.
I almost wonder if this could be chilled a little bit. It has a little bit of that.
I think you're right.
Quality to it that you could maybe have it a little cold.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Not cold, but just like,
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool it down a little.
Yeah.
Cool it down. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely, it's not as rich tasting, but it's very, let's just say, it's not going to be overpowering. You could actually have this as a cocktail wine too and not be super overblown by it.
No. But I actually think it's a really nice food wine.
I bet.
Super clean. Like the tannins are, I wouldn't say they're grippy, but they're like clean tannins. They're kind of firm, but they're kind of clean.
I don't think it's overly tannic.
No. Well, it dries the mouth, but it's it's nice. Good acid. I think it'd be good with food. So what food would you have with this wine, do you think?
Well, I think you could do, I almost feel like you could go bigger with food. But I could see it even just with charcuterie, with salty, because there's a lot of acidity, you could have salty meats. You could even do brats and sausages and barbecue. I don't know. What do you think?
The first thing that came to my mind, and I think it's because I'm thinking Spain, I don't even know why this is coming up, was pork. Pork sausage.
Salty.
Or, jamon. Or something salty, rich, a rich, salty meat would be really nice.
Yeah. I think this would actually balance some of those foods out because it's not so rich and not so overpowering. I think some of that food is probably why it comes from Spain, because when we were in Spain, I feel like a lot of it was a lot of ham.
And salty.
A little more salty than we're used to. So
the other thing it's making me think of is they talked about it in Argentina and also Australia. And I kind of get I have a sense of a lot of grilled meats in those areas, bold grilled meats. And I think this would, even though it's kind of a light wine, it kind of reminds me just a touch of not quite a Pinot, but it's a light wine. I think it would stand up well to some of those flavors.
Yeah.
Some of that richness. And it cut through the fat and in a fatty meat cut. So It's just different. It's not a big, I was expecting more of a bold kind of Cabernet.
I was too.
Yeah, but it's not that way. It's actually quite different from that.
Right. A little more subtle.
I think so. So let's rate this wine. As a reminder, on our rating scale, we rate on a scale of 1 to 10. We don't give it a half points. 7 and above means we're going to buy it. 4 or below means we're going to pour it down the sink. And a 5 or a 6 means we're going to drink it, and we're going to finish it, and we're going to enjoy it, but we're not going to buy it. So Carmela, what rating are you going to give this wine?
Well, this is one of those that it's not my style typically. So I'm it's tough because I will drink it, no problem. Would I buy it? I think I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay. I'm debating between a 6 and a 7. It's good. I like it. I would definitely, if I was served this, I would be super happy.
Yeah, if you served it or somebody else did. Either way, right?
Either.
Yeah. I have no problem serving it.
Yeah, if somebody said, hey, we've got a Graciano, and this is the Graciano, I'd be like, awesome. We're going to have a good time.
Right.
Would I buy it? I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 7 because you know what? I think if you have a wine, this is a good party wine. It's a good dinner party wine. It's very easy to drink. It's not going to cause controversy.
No.
It might not be bad at the Thanksgiving table.
Well, and because and it would go fine with it.
And it's kind of a cool bottle,
It is cool. It is. And also I do think it is one of those things, a lot of people will not know about it. So if you just wanted to bring out something different for a group of people.
Conversation piece.
Yeah.
Really nice. Really fun.
Especially if you have a lot of people who are like a lot of different things. Like somebody likes a Pinot.
Yeah.
Somebody likes more of a white, like a Chablis or something. And somebody else likes the big cabs. This would be a good... Just
tweener. Kind of a tweener.
I think so.
And again, I do really like the bottle. It's got this really pretty, kind of modern art looking bird on it. It's a really elegant looking bottle. So it looked pretty on the table.
Yeah.
Too, I think.
Agreed.
Okay, we're going to take a break and we're going to try our second wine.
Okay.
Okay, we are back and we had a little accident. Thankfully, it wasn't me that had the accident.
No, I spilled wine. We've never done that. How many episodes?
Over 200.
Yep, but it was me.
Yep.
I will admit. Remember honesty.
Honesty.
Honesty is the best policy.
And it's not a hoax. Not a hoax. And
no, it's not. It actually did happen.
You know what I should do? Hang on one second. I'm going to tell you guys the cleaner because it really worked well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I was putting the cork inside the bottle. And, I got a shot recently and my arm's been really hurting. I had a vaccine and it really took it out of me. And so I was using the other hand and the bottle fell.
Here it is.
Okay, so this is called, we probably had this for 5,000 years, but it is called Folex, Folex, Professional Carpet Spot Remover.
And you know what? I'm telling you, there isn't a spot left.
Right, and it's pretty.
And this was a red wine.
It's like, what is it called again? Graciano.
Graciano.
So let me tell you, it does say on here, it was the first one I grabbed because it says red wine.
It worked.
Yeah, so I don't even know where we were thinking maybe Joe's mom had bought this, but I think we bought this when we had a dog.
Because he drank a lot of wine and he'd spill all over the place.
Right, for all of his wine accidents.
That's right. All right.
Anyway.
The wine we're going to drink is the Viña Ijalba Graciano. It's from Rioja, Spain. It's the 2022 vintage, $24.99 at wine.com, 14.1% alcohol, so it's higher in alcohol, 100% Graciano, no professional ratings. Vivino has a 3.9. But what are you thinking about the color, Carmela, that did not stain our carpet?
It's similar. It's dark.
I think it's cloudier. I think the other one was kind of more translucent.
Yeah, this one is dark. This is darker, but it still has kind of a pretty purple hue to it.
It's definitely purple. Yeah. I think it's deeper purple.
It's dark.
It's dark.
Yeah, like looking at your glass, that is a dark glass of wine.
It is opaque. Like it's hard to see through. It's a dark. It's purpley. Okay, what are you smelling?
Okay, is this the one you're getting a little meat?
Yes.
Okay, I'm getting a little meat.
Are you getting meat?
Kind of like raw meat, kind of like a red bloody meat.
Yeah.
Oh,
kind of like, you open up that package of meat and it's got some like juice in it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a little bit of sweetness on it though. Like there is a touch of and I feel like it's more like cranberry or pomegranate or something like that. But I am getting the meat part for sure.
Savory, umami. This one, when you swirl it, it's got some herbal notes, some earth to it, some green notes. But I'm also getting dark cherry again, like this deep black cherry and plum, and a little bit of spice again. It's very similar smelling. I do think it's... I
kind of feel like it's pretty different.
Oh, you do? Okay, tell me.
But I am getting some baking spices, and I had that on the first one.
It's not as fresh smelling.
Yeah. And I'm not getting like the perfume really on it, but the meat,
Get in the meat.
Now I just have it in my brain.
She's smelling the meat.
Ooh.
Gross. Okay, let's taste it.
Okay.
And see what we think. It's grapey. It's good. It's juicy. Both of these wines have been kind of juicy.
But not overpowering. They're not big punch you in the face wines.
No, I think this one is a little bit more for maybe this one's a little bit more like Petit Verdot. It's a little bigger, a little bolder, it's a little more mouthfeel. Yeah. The first one was really clean, really acidic, like really came off the tongue quickly. This one's got much more body to me, much more body.
But I almost am getting, it's almost like a little bit of a savory wine. Like I'm getting a little bit of that meatiness on the taste too.
Yeah, this is giving me a little bit more of
umami, like you were saying.
Umami, a little bit more of like a California red wine kind of vibe to it. It's plummy. To me, it's plummy. It's got a plummy taste. It's not as much cherry. To me, it's more plummy and spicy, like a spicy plum. It's almost actually got a little bit of Syrah going on, too. Like it's reminding me, because of its spiciness and plumminess, it's reminding me a little bit of a Syrah.
Yeah. And the spiciness is coming through, definitely, especially like the back end.
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like a red pepper spice. That's what I'm getting. Not baking.
Not the baking spices. Yeah. And you were getting that a little bit on the first one too.
Yeah, I was. I got it on both, but this one more.
This is like a Mexican hot chocolate cookie.
You know what? Mexican hot chocolate is great. It's got kind of chocolatey kind of taste to it. Yeah. I think you're spot on.
Well, I don't know, but that's definitely, when you have, there is cayenne in a lot of those cookies, and there is something mocha maybe attached to this too.
And you know what? Now that you say it too, it's almost a little saltiness too. It's almost got a little saltiness. Yeah. God, Mexican chocolate is a great call.
I don't know. That just kind of, it's all the spiciness on it.
Even after the spill, it's like,
I don't know. It kind of shook me a little bit.
It got shook up. You shook up that wine. Okay, what food would you pair with this Viña Ijalba?
Well, I think a lot of the same things would go just great with it, but you could have a nice big steak too. I keep thinking of something, and this is more Greek, but I'm thinking of like, the souvlaki that you have. Yeah, like our gyros or something.
I'm with you.
I think that would be really good with this.
Really good with grilled meats, like seared meats. It would be really good. You get that nice char on it.
Yeah.
Really good. Like tri-tip, burnt ends. It'd be really good because there is that kind of like spicy and burntness to it almost, and that meatiness. So I think you're right. I think it could go well with. This feels a little bit more like a wintry kind of wine too, in some ways. Richer foods and kind of heavier foods. But yeah, it's again nice. Let's rate this wine. But it's a nice wine. What rating would you give this wine?
I'd buy it. I'm going to give it a 7.
Wow, I like it.
It's a pretty label also.
It's but different bottle, like thicker, like that. The last bottle is nice and thin and pretty. This one is kind of thicker and more bold. It's like a little bit more bold.
Be nice on a table though.
Yeah, kind of fancy looking almost. I'm going to give it a 7 as well. I think it's a nice wine. I think this would be a wine that richer wine drinkers, like if people like heavier wines, Malbecs, that kind of stuff, I think they would really like this wine. Syrahs, I think they would dig this wine. So which of these wines are you finishing tonight, Carmela?
I think it's the second one.
I'm going to let you drink this one.
Okay.
Because I gave them both a 7.
True.
And so I'm going to go with Viña Zorzal.
Okay.
But I can go with, again, both of these wines, if we were served these wines, totally happy.
And I actually wouldn't suggest that like you drink a bottle and I drink a bottle.
Not tonight.
Nah.
But we can try. Okay, let's talk about the taste profiles expected from Graciano. In general, it is a full-bodied red wine with rich flavor profile featuring black fruits like blackberry, plum, and blueberry, along with notes of black pepper, tobacco, and earthiness. It's spicy, sometimes floral, long finish with a creamy or velvety texture. The second one had a little more velvetyness to it. High acidity, smooth tannins. Viña Zorzal, the winery says clear. It is clear. Medium intensity, ruby colored wine. Good explanation. Clean, high intensity, fresh aromas of black fruit, such as blackberry, blackcurrant, also black pepper, cedar, and earthy notes. Dry and fresh, soft tannins, medium body, black fruit flavors, mineral hints, long finish. The only thing I would say is I don't think it had a long finish. I think it had a quick finish, which is nice. I like that. Robert Parker said, very good acidity, an expressive nose of beeswax and honey, intermixed with berry fruit and lots of aromatic herbs. Vermouth. That's interesting.
That is. But I don't know if I would say that.
Yeah, maybe not. A lively palate with pungent acidity on the finish. What is pungent acidity?
I feel like pungent is usually a smell.
Like, that's weird. That's a weird combo. Okay, Viña Ijalba. The winery says attractive cherry red. I think it was darker than cherry red. Complex aromas of pacharan, which are black thorn berries, which I have no ideas. Wet grass, green pepper, cherry liqueur, and licorice. Fleshy with a balanced acidity abundant in fruit. Wine Style Online said the wine's fruity aroma combines notes of cherry liqueur and sloe, S-L-O-E, with tones of nuts and licorice. A full-bodied wine, agree, with rich, balanced taste, pronounced fruitiness, and a silky tannin structure. There you go.
Okay.
Well, Carmela, what is your verdict on Graciano? And will you say Graciano?
Yeah, I will.
Like now.
Graciano.
Nice.
See? You got
see.
it. It's like, see. Yeah, no, you got it, right?
You got it. What do you think of Graciano, though?
I think it's a great wine.
Do you?
I actually think the most fun thing about it is that it's kind of undiscovered.
Undiscovered country.
Yeah.
Star Trek 5.
Whoa, God, I don't like those movies.
I know.
So,
Carla is not like Star Trek.
Not a big Star Trek fan. But look, if you are,
I love
that's totally fine.
To each their own, right?
Right.
You do you.
So,
But back to Graciano.
Graciano, I do think
You said it again.
I do think you. First of all, you got to say it correctly if you can. I mean, look, no problem if you don't. But the thing is that I just like having wines around that are kind of new. And like nobody can judge because they haven't had them yet. Yeah,
and it's fun, like especially around the holidays. It's fun to bring something new, different. Like, hey, got something fun to celebrate with everybody.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I'm with you. I think it's a good addition to red wines. I think if you're at a Spanish restaurant, or you're at a restaurant like a steak restaurant or something, like look and see if they have this wine. I think a Graciano would be a kind of a fun wine to bring or to bring to the table. Okay, well, let's talk really quick about wines that are coming up in future episodes in case you want to drink along with us. Woo. And if you do, will you let us know? Some people have let us know, and we love it. We love it. We love it. Nero de Ávila is the next one we're going to do. Now, next week, we probably won't do an episode because it's Thanksgiving, and we'll probably do stuff like normal people do. So we'll have an episode of another Virginia winemaker. So we'll release that. But after that, in December, we'll do Nero de Ávila. We'll also do a Lambrusco. So that's fun for the holidays, sparkling red wine. And then we'll do an Alagote, which is a white Burgundy wine, but it's a little bit, it's not Chardonnay. So that'll be really fun. And if you want to know the exact wines we're drinking, go to our show notes and we give you exactly the wines and in some cases links to where you can get them on wine.com if you're interested in that. But Carmela, it's time for us to go. Before we do, we want to thank you very much for listening to us. And if you haven't done so yet, now would be the perfect time to follow or subscribe to our podcast. And also a great time to leave us a nice 5-star rating and review on our website or Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. Those are awesome ways to support us, and they're free and help us grow listeners. We'd also love to hear from you and hear about a wine you want us to taste and review. So leave a message for us on our website, thewinepairpodcast.com. Join our email newsletter. Email us at joe@thewinepairpodcast.com. Slip into our DMs. We always respond, Instagram, whatever. We want to hear from you, and we really do appreciate that you reach out to us and you let us know how you're doing. But with that, we're going to sign off. So thank you once again. We'll see you next time. And as we like to say, life is short, so stop drinking shitty wine. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And get that Folex.
Ooh.
F-O-L-E-X.
I mean, if
that
you're red
works.
wine, you need the Folex.
You need the Folex.
We should have done a before and after picture.
Should we do it now?
No.
No. Okay.
No, thank you.
All right. We'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.